What's up, Dennis? What are you doing? LBS in the house. Just chilling. Thought I'd go on for a little bit. Show off that badass lighthouse that Raspberry Hedgehog sent me. I figured if I was going to show that off, I might as well show off a bunch of other stuff that people sent me. Figured I'd put the big rounds away, retire them for a little bit. Hello, Adrian Oliveira. Olvera, sorry. Olvera. What's everybody up to? I know Liberty says he's just taking a break. Says I got like, oh, it was at 8 people. Now it's at 3. That makes sense. That is a nice chunk of copper. B. Waller made that for me. So, 7, I'm not sure, but I know you've got a bunch of poker chips. Do you have my poker chip? Because I've got some more coming in. And if you don't, I want to make sure you get one. Not that I'm going to make any big significance to your stack because you have a lot of them, but if I'm not in there, I want to make sure you got one. For sure. I'll make sure you get one. When I get them, I'll email you for your address. Unless you got do you have like a P.O. box on your site? I'm actually kind of mad at myself. I didn't save one of my own chips for myself, which is kind of silly. But I've got a stack of chips going. Not though, but I've got a few. And I've got a Raspberry Hedgehog chip to add to the mix too. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the lighthouse, Raspberry. That's a great centerpiece. No, thank you. So I told you I was going to put it in the center of stuff because it's pretty badass. And there it is, right in the middle of everything. Actually, what I was thinking about doing is moving this wood up a little bit and then putting that behind, and it'll still stick up in the middle of everything with everything showing except for like rocks coming up to it. So you'll see the lighthouse and the house sitting above the wood in the back. No, it did not get damaged. It was perfect. There's no cracks. There's nothing. Just like it was intended. Yeah, the purple to blue. Yeah, it just depends on what angle it's sitting at, what time of day it is. But that's perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I got a bunch of pieces that people have made for me. This one was made for me by Raspberry. This one was made for me by B. Waller. This is some copper coral. And I'm going to get a silver sea turtle that I'm going to place in here. So it'll be a silver sea turtle swimming over copper coral. This I won on 3D Woodworks a long time ago. This is an aluminum pour. Well, not a long time ago, but I won it early last year. We did a giveaway. And this was poured by Cartier silver. I'm just displaying a bunch of stuff that people made. The craftsmanship's amazing. And this was poured by FG Stacker. It's a nice honker. And my 500 sub bar I have FG for. And this was made by Capital Currency. I froze. Did I freeze on everybody? Okay. So yeah, just a bunch of channel stuff that people in the community have sent me or I've acquired from them. You know, and I've got this is pretty much FG's round, his channel round that he does, the Tree of Life. Who, by the way, um, Liberty, you still in the chat? And this is Cartier Silvers. This was his first channel pour. This is made of brass, 5.2 ounces. He made one out of silver, and I sent him copper, and the copper was more challenging to pour, so he poured me one out of brass, which is sick. And this one I got, but I don't know where it came from. I honestly do not know. I think I got it off of Whatnot. What's going on, Jeffrey? Or Jeff Rubin. Sorry. But that's pretty cool, Cross and Bones. But yeah, just some stuff that people have sent me. I always love advertising for other people. Show off their channel stuff. Show off what they produce. Raspberry also printed my daughter her own Inspecting at Home, but she took it home with her. She loves that thing. I sent her a whole bunch of stuff. A 3D printed gold pan. Sent her a 3D printed dragon, which is super cool, and one for each one of her sisters. An opalite unicorn, which she really likes. So I was asking her the other day on the way home. I asked her, I was like, "So what were you planning on being when you grow up?" She's like, "Well, I really, really still want to be a zoologist." And I'm like, "That's cool." And I said, "But what about the rocks?" And she goes, "Oh, I can do both." And I'm like, "Can you?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Good, because you can do anything you want." And she's like, "I know I can. But what I really want to do is I want to be a zoologist, and then I want to do rocks on the side." I'm like, "Okay, well, do whatever's going to make you happier." And she's like, I know. I'm going to do that. I will do what makes me happier." And then she started thinking, she's like, "I could do rocks and then zoology on the side." I'm like, "Well, just remember that there's so much you can do." So I got her little noodle working a little bit, which was cool. She was thinking. Madison's not much of a camera person, but she Skylar's a lot like Madison, but she's a little more whimsical. Madison's a little more down to earth and practical. But she's older, so she has different interests, so it makes sense. Sandy, thanks for popping by, man. Have a good night. I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. It's always a pleasure when you decide to pop into chat or when you can, because I know I run it off times. So thank you very much. I appreciate you. So yeah, um, she loved everything, and she loved painting that gem painter bag. The little rats, the little hedgehogs that you guys made her. She loves those too. That was awesome. Thank you for the little early birthday present for her. She had a really good time. She had a really good time opening it up and checking it out yesterday. And I got a letter for Gracie from Skylar. So, and it's not a super long one. I'd imagine the first couple of them will be a little bit short back and forth, but they'll get a little more in depth as Skylar decides to open up more. But the minute she read the letter, she's like, I would love to have a pen pal. The fifth graders have pen pals, and the fourth graders don't. And I want to be able to say, I have a pen pal, and she is in Europe, in the UK, and it's totally cool. So she was really, really excited. Really excited. Her eyes lit up. So, are the kids home yet, Raspberry? Or are they still in school? She does. She's a lot like I am. She she is a lot like me. 2 weeks off. So you've got Michael at home and Gracie at home. So how many hours a day do you teach? How many hours a day do you teach Gracie? Gotcha. We always thought about doing it, but honestly, I'm glad we didn't try because Whitney doesn't have it. She didn't. She doesn't have the patience. Gotcha. I would definitely say math is my stronger suit, but I'm pretty well versed in most of them. So I would have done most of it, but Whitney would have had to work instead, and that would have been okay on a temporary basis. Oh, so she learns. Yeah, so she learns a trade as well. Helps with engineering, helps with all kinds of stuff. That's awesome. That's good. Looks like a couple other people popped on while I was on. I didn't even realize it. That Mishi was getting ready to pop on, and that guy. There was a guy that was trolling in our chat last night over on our live. He's on right now. It was funny that he felt the need to pop by though. Yeah, I was taught laundry at an early age too. I know. You have to take a home economics class to learn those things in the States, and it's an elective. So unless a kid decides to take it, it doesn't matter. What's going on, Bellows? Yes, a troll. A troll is somebody who comes into chat just to banter and to be rude. I thought it was funny because there's a couple of channels that got done to them what he did to me. Oh, he popped in my room and I said, AOA Ronnie is here. And he threw up a green face puking emoji. And to be honest with you, I was even surprised that he decided to stop by. And then after my stream was over, I appreciate you, Bellows. I played a song for you the other night. I don't know if Katita told you or not, but I know you had passed out, but I still played a song for you anyways. No, you're okay, Raspberry. But I popped over to B Waller's channel, and I guess he came into B Waller's channel doing the same kind of stuff, which is kind of odd that he feels, he started making fun of the amount of subs that I had. He's like 500, that's nothing. And I was just laughing because he yeah, I am. He came into the chat last night. No, you don't know who he is, Raspberry. Yeah, he came over to the Metal Mob last night. And then I kicked him out. He went over to another guy's channel. He went over to B Waller's channel. And B Waller was getting a kick out of it. And he was talking all kinds of mad trash over there too. Yeah, so listen, man. I was totally supportive. I was part of one of his highest tiers, paying him monthly. I was deep into AOA, and then one day on Discord, I was like, "Hey guys, I'm going live tonight. If you guys want to pop by and say hi, that'd be cool. Not trying to steal anything from Ronnie." And I actually said that in the text. Not trying to steal anything from Ronnie, but if you came by and just said hi, that'd be awesome. So then I went live, and that night he went on his live after I was done, and I actually went on to his live when I was done, and he was talking mad trash about how his viewership was down, and how dare I say I was going live on a channel that he was part of, his Discord, and he pretty much shunned me from his channel, so I left. I mean, I'm not going to get talked to like trash because somebody's got issues. You know. But I think it's funny that he had to choose that he was trolling me and Bellows and not Bellows, but trolling me and B Waller last night. I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, if you're gonna come over and make fun of my 500 subscribers, how insecure are you that you have to come into my channel and be a troll? What's up, somebody? I just thought it was funny that he came over, and then I went over to B Waller, and B Waller told me that he was there too, trolling. I just, I don't get him. Maybe it was a non-med day. Who knows? Oh, dude, I feel you. I feel you. I completely get you, bro. Anybody that I really associate myself with in this community or these communities, I would like to say that they are um, upstanding people, and I don't associate myself with people who are not. You know, it might have just been a one-off last night, but like BTH trying to do an auction on my channel when he was up as a guest was kind of weird. You are the gatekeeper of the YouTube streets. I appreciate you, somebody. Nick, how are you, buddy? I mean, I thought it was kind of weird. I said to go ahead and do it, and then when it wasn't successful, he like called us knuckleheads, and then jumped off a chat or jumped off the stream. Which, okay, I'll still let you do it, but I'm a knucklehead because you couldn't sell something on a channel that doesn't sell stuff regularly. I mean, my channel is not a channel that I sell stuff. I don't auction stuff. My channel is trying to be more educational than anything else. That's what I started it for. To teach people how to move money out of fiat currency and into something that will last longer. No, I'm down with somebody. Somebody is more than welcome in my chat. What's your question, Raspberry? What are your questions? What is constitutional? You want to know what constitutional is? Is that what you're asking? If that's what you're asking, I can show you right now. Okay, so our constitutional silver is 90% silver, and they're from year 64 and older. Now, we do have some silver that is 40%. Yes, this is when I buy fractional silver, this is what I buy. I buy dimes, quarters, and halves. Now, there are some years that there was 40% silver, and that is from years 65 through 69. Those have 40% silver. Later, Bellows. Yes. Hey, Jeffrey Button, how are you? Yes, it is 40. It is 90% silver. So like this 19. This is the coin that was before the one you have. This is called a Walking Liberty $50. This is a 1942 Liberty $50. How can you buy these over there? You have to talk to somebody who deals in foreign silver, because this would be foreign for you. There are some people that could sell fakes of these, but what would be more faked than anything else are Morgans. Morgan silver dollars are the most faked U.S. coin. But that is where a pinger comes into play, Raspberry. What's going on, Curtis? Hi, Gatita. Jeffrey, just post it. See, that's the thing, is just post it. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But the only way you're going to find out is by posting it. And that's the whole thing about it, is you never know what people are going to like. So you could say you're not sure about it, post it, and everybody's going to come back with, dude, that was awesome. But how will you know? I would post it. You should. Why? I don't even know why you're questioning it, especially if you put time and money into it. That's like, it's like having a lode gold claim, like a lode mine where you get gold out of it that are big chunks. It's like having a lode gold claim mine and not working it. That's how I look at that. And see, that's the whole thing, is you don't know what people are like and what people aren't going to like. So I would just post it. So I did get copyrighted from the other night playing music, but you know what? I don't care. I still posted the video. And whatever countries it plays in, it'll play in, and whatever ones it doesn't, it doesn't. I was pretty excited about it. I lost an ounce of silver somewhere, though. It's kind of bothering me. So this right here, T-Bird, what's going on, my friend? Then post it, man. It's like, this is the number one faked coin. This is what a Morgan silver dollar looks like. Raspberry. You'll find more fakes of these on the market than anything else. However, they do make fakes of all coins. I have a whole pile of fakes sitting right there next to me. T-Bird, how are you, my friend? Were you live cooking filet mignon, or were you just posting a video about it? I wasn't sure. Well, that's good that you got the rain that you needed, Jeffrey. Nice, buddy. Nice. I take you as a medium fan. Am I right? War, what's going on? Oh, that's awesome, brother. That's awesome. What did you think? Was it a cool or what? I mean, you guys, if you got suggestions of things that I can do different, let me know because and all criticism is open. So if there's anything that you guys are pointers you think I should be doing or different, let me know so I can change it up. So yeah, all criticism is open, good or bad, doesn't matter. I appreciate that. It was pretty cool seeing all that. Honestly, Jeffrey, it was a nice drive. It was a long drive, but it was a nice drive. It really was. Going up the side of the mountain, going to the claim, and pulling over where it was, listening to how he got it. It was gifted to him. I mean, that is insanely awesome. His gold claim was gifted to him. You know, of all ways to get a gold claim, that's the best way. And I asked him all kinds of questions. It was pretty cool hanging out with Chris for the day. And Chris is Goldberry. His name is Chris. Dude, his span went from uh, 500 feet to each from each side of the river on each side, all the way 1,500 feet north. So he had a nice patch, and he's the very bottom claim. That whole river is nothing but claims. So he's the very bottom part of the claim. He actually lives in Kelso Longview area, and he drives south to go to the claim, which was about 30 miles north of Portland and about 25 miles east, roughly. That's my phone chiming. Hold on a second. I got to turn my notifications off. All right, now they're off, so you won't hear it anymore. Sorry about that, brother. Hold on a second. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys see anything? Can you hear me? Give me a 5x5. So you guys can see? Okay, I see absolutely nothing on my phone. That's crazy. So I'm gonna have to change this because my screen's completely black. So give me a second. I gotta put it on my TV so I can read what you guys are saying. The blue lighthouse, Nick. The blue lighthouse was a gift from Raspberry. And if you haven't noticed, lighthouses are my thing, right? Right. I have a few of them. So she made me one, and it's pretty sick, man. And it changes some pretty cool colors when the light hits it. And that was totally cool. So yeah, I thought that was sick. So I told her I was gonna put it up because I love lighthouses. So yeah, it's gonna be a centerpiece of my stuff. So of course, what a great gift. Thank you again, Raspberry. Yeah, no, it's perfect. I bet it did. I bet it did. No, it is a silver pour, Jeffrey. And if you give me a second, I'll show it to you. I'm gonna change some stuff though. Here we go. That's better. No, it's a silver pour from Capital Currency. It's a pretty cool piece. It does have a lot of good detail. It really does. And for an aluminum pour, this does too. That was poured by 3D Woodworks, the guy who made this, the rings. Yeah, I can't wait because T-Bird is sending me a copper pour. Number 13, nice shiny bar. It's going to go up here too. Yeah, that was all like the Godfather style, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll have myself a T-Bird pour soon enough. Been wanting one for a long time. So I'm glad. And are you sure you don't want me to send you something for that, T-Bird? I know you said you have plenty of copper, but do you have some money or anything? He did have too much fun sawing off that head. I'll figure something out for you, man. I know you got a lot of constitutional silver. Did you do the reveal on your short yet? I didn't get a chance to look. I didn't see anything post for your Coinstar, JB. Have you posted the winner yet? And I'm sure announcing the winner tomorrow. Nice. I'm sure there were people that were pausing it and trying to count the coins and stuff like that. It was funny that you mentioned that because I'm sure there were people trying to do that. I know that I was nowhere near exact because coins add up a lot faster than you think. I think I was a little on the conservative side, but considering it's the Price is Right rules, you closest without going over. I always want to guess on the lighter side, but you want to try to get as close as possible. No, you did fine. You did fine. Do you already know who's winning up to this point? Or have you even looked? But yeah, it was all broken up into denominations, so it was whatever the face value was. Yes, you do. Okay. How you doing, avocado? Oh, well, I just went on because I wanted to show off my new lighthouse that I got from Raspberry Hedgehog. And then I started showing off other stuff that I have. But if we need to have a topic, we can always talk about silver. My prediction last night was that it was going to end in the low 52s to mid 52s by the end of the day. I think the market is about to close if it hasn't. I know you did, Raspberry. That's awesome. Yeah, she had Chris print it for me. It's super tight. And you guys all know I'm into lighthouses, so yeah, that's a great addition to the background. And I'll get displayed all the time. Yeah, I'm her U.S. steward at this point. I don't have a black light, but that would be sick. That would be sick because it's iridescent. That would be quite the light display. I mean, just shining a normal flashlight on it is pretty cool. I can only imagine what I do. Yes, I did actually. It's sitting right over here on my table. I was going to show it off as well. And I didn't get a chance to make the badge yet, but I'm totally excited to make the badge as well. The shield. Yeah, she sent me a big old hunk of bismuth too. I know a piece is broken off in the container. But it's a very, very tiny piece. It more than likely came from the top. Yeah, it's really not much. What's up, Waller? But yeah, it's going to stay in this container until I find a good home for it. Transient, what's going on? Megan, all the regulars are now. All the peeps are stopping by. On the bismuth? Actually, you know what? Every piece of bismuth I've seen has always looked like that. Driving through Texas, huh? Yours looks like a load of. Mine looks like a load of mountains. That's awesome. Well, I was actually just talking about how I popped over to your channel yesterday after my live. I don't have anything that looks like a troll, but I should. I should get something that looks like a troll. I just I'm still really honestly I'm still really just kind of shocked. But yes, the golem is a dead ringer, yes. But like I said, it needs to be withered with cigarette smoke for 20 years over the face for it to be a dead ringer. You know, kind of like Kramer looked when he started the smoking thing in his apartment. T-Bird, thanks for coming by, man. See you. Don't look, I'm hideous. That was the best line out of that whole episode when Seinfeld turned the mirror on him and he looked at it and he's like, "Oh my god, oh, I'm hideous." Yeah, that was hilarious. That whole show was hilarious, man. I'm sorry, but it was funny from the beginning to the end. I mean, a lot of those episodes were funny, and a lot of the outtakes were even funnier. Or when he was in the hot tub and he put butter in there, and he was Seinfeld smelled something cooking, and it was actually Kramer cooking. It's funny, the smell coming from him. It was hilarious. That whole show was funny. Last night was supposed to be a chill quarter hunt and rubbed in. Then it turned into a mosh pit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to add to it, but I had to get him out of chat when I did, man. I'm sorry. He's lucky he stuck around as long as he did, because I would have tossed him quicker. And like I told my other guys, they asked me who he was after I kicked him, and after stream everything, we had a group chat, and I told him, I said, hey, if he pops into anybody's channels and I'm available, I'm kicking him out no matter what. I don't really like, if you don't want me to, then take me off as a mod, because that guy is going to be nothing but trouble for anybody he pops on their channel. Oh, I had to do it at the time, dude, because if not, it would have been bad, because I was getting ready to unleash. Yeah, I kicked him off of your channel for 24 hours. I'll kick him off of he's off mine forever. He's banned off my channel. He'll have to create a different username to come on, or have one of his spies come on. But I mean, seriously, how insecure are you that you got to come over and troll my channel and then pop over to another guy's channel that you relatively did exactly the same thing to, and then start dogging on people that only have 500 subs? You know, like, you're going to dog on me because I have 500 subs. I don't care, Ronnie. At least I know my 500 subs are genuine. I know my stuff is real. I know people that pop into my chat, they pop into my chat not because I'm giving stuff away when I get to 100 likes. They pop into my chat because they want to hang out with me. Nick, I'll talk to you later, bro. Yeah, and to start dogging on a 14-year-old and telling him that his channel he's immature and the silver you're finding is premature as great, and like, come on, dude. Seriously, you're gonna come in and pick on a kid? You know, like, get real. Get real. And for what Graydon does, being 14 and as interested in coins as he is, and coin roll hunting and doing what he does, more power. I got nothing but respect for that kid. He found a passion and he's sticking with it. So, you know, come in and start dogging on people and how small their channel is, and start picking on a kid and telling him, you know, just saying stuff you shouldn't be saying. Like, Ronnie, you're a grown ass man. You need to subscribe to who? To Graydon or to Ronnie? Yeah. Waller, do you want to post Graydon's channel in the chat? If I exit off of this, I'll lose any video that I already have lost, and I don't want to do that. He is an awesome kid. He is an awesome kid. And for somebody to come in and do that was bullshit. You know, he's a coin roll hunter. He goes through stuff. He posts what he finds. He's on B Waller's. He's on B Waller's. Uh, what is it? Discord. Couldn't think of the name of it for some reason. But yeah, he's a super cool kid. Super cool. You know, anybody who has passion like he does about coins at his age, and passion in anything, it doesn't have to be coins, but just the amount of passion that he has. There's his channel, you guys. The amount of passion he has for what he finds, I give it up to this kid, because he's going to end up being something if he puts that much passion into what he's doing. Yeah, he's a good kid. Make sure you sub him up. Make sure you comment on one of his videos so it sticks. You know, but yeah, he's a good kid. And hey, I don't see Graydon as often as you do, Waller, but if you see him tonight, let him know I got his back too, bro. You know, but yeah, Ronnie, of all people, The guy's like 60 something and he's picking on a kid. It's like, come on, dude. And that just goes to show what Ronnie's maturity level is. And he's on right now. I saw that he was on when I popped on. But, you know, I don't associate myself with him anymore. I stopped drinking the AOA Kool-Aid months ago. Not much, Cartier. What are you doing, brother? Oh, yeah? Why? Because he was harassing you? See, I just don't understand. Um, like, you can't find Graydon? Raspberry, you should have been able to just click on his link. Click on the link that B Waller put up, and you should be able to go over and sub to him. Yeah, it just, you know, I mean, how threatened are you, really? How threatened are you that you have to send in spies and all that other shit? Well, if I click on it, Raspberry, it I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. My camera is not doing anything though. I don't know what is going on with my camera. Yeah, my camera's just being completely stupid. All right, you guys hang out for a second. I'm going to close YouTube completely. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. You guys there? All right, so still no camera, which sucks completely. I don't know what's up with that. It won't even let me. It probably was Bob. He's an asshole. But yeah, it won't even let me. I'm going to try one more time. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right, so still no camera. I don't know what's going on with that. I think my phone finally died. Maybe. It's totally stupid. Unplug it and plug it in again. I know it's just my logo showing. Just really weird because it lets me mute and unmute. I'll have to restart the phone. Yeah, I know. But I'm an hour and 15 minutes into it. I don't want to restart the stream. And it could take too long for me to restart my phone, anyways. This thing has a mind of its own when it restarts. Something to do later. Yeah, figure out my phone or buy a new one. Yeah, changing the orientation didn't do anything. This wasn't an Amazon phone. I do outright buy my phones, but it's not an Amazon phone. You'd think maybe something in the settings, but I looked. I don't know how they would have changed while on camera. And when you hit the camera button on YouTube up here, it just shows it pushes the button. It doesn't do anything though. But if I hit the camera or the microphone, all right, how's that? I'm sure I'm back now. There we are. There we go. Much better. Yep, that was me. That's humble. Yes. I appreciate you giving me all she had, Scotty. I do. But you will find that most people in this community, they all got beards. Like I can't do the beard. My neck gets all itchy and I can't do a beard. Now I can do like a chin strap beard, like over the cheek, across the jawline, but I can't do it on the neck. Yeah, just I'm itchy all the time. I'm constantly scratching my neck, and just it's not a good feel for me. Now, granted, your face is warmer. Don't get me wrong. Your face is much warmer when you have it, but you're no beard the pirate. Nice. You're on the itchy stage right now. Yeah, see, that's what I don't like, and I can't get past that stage. Yeah, is that why you don't grow one, Raspberry? Because it itches? So at work, we have a rule. We have a grooming rule. It has to be a number 3 or less. So I trim my goatee every 2 to 3 days. Well, Raspberry, I just can't picture your voice coming out of a bearded face. You have to impress them some other way. Nice. That would be rather, I don't know, that would be rather abrupt and awkward. Don't mess things up, and you can do what you want. All right, brother, I'll talk to you later. Big bushy flavor saver. Hmm. That's what they called them in the 70s. Beards are gross, guys. Just so you know, beards are gross. 'Raspberry or Warrior grew up in the 70s. I was born in 78. 2025 ASC in your hot little hands. You graduated in 79. That's cool. I graduated in 95 when I was 16. I always have this close on hand. It's an 86 proof ASE, first year release. I got this, a bunch of smaller things in a 5 ounce round for like $76 that night. And I can tell you it hasn't left this display case since it was purchased and given to somebody. So it's just been sitting there. is starting to tone around the outside lip over here. I want to send it in for grading. But I want to send a couple coins in for grading. I want to send that in. I want to send the CC in. I want to send in this 42 and see how close it is to BU status or MS state. You have a mint item in its mint packaging since 1876. That's awesome, bro. Grading Raspberry is when you send a coin in to a place like PCGS or NGC and you pay them to tell you how good the coin is. And they grade it. Like this is a 42 in mint state 63. You know, so then they grade it, put it in a slab for you, mark what the grade is and serialize it and document it. Is that mint blue color cardboard round box? What are you talking about? No, it doesn't have to be insured Raspberry. So like that's a 63. This is a 70. 2025 first releases. This has got the eagle privy, so it's got the eagle flying over the top there. Oh, that would definitely be a much higher grade. I don't know. I mean, depending on the value, you gotta also depend on the value of the coins. And if you're a serious collector, you probably have insurance on your coins, I would imagine. But that would be cool. What coin is it? Invisible, if you don't mind me asking. I don't think it would be a Morgan because I believe the first year of the Morgan was 1878. No, that's a nice coin. No problem. But coins come in all kinds of shapes. You guys know that, right? I mean, like these are considered coins. This is in the DC box, the Agoro box. And like this right here, this is considered a coin. You know, a little Harley Quinn action. So I won this on a guy's channel on Whatnot. The box has 2 in it. The boyfriend and girlfriend pair. I paid $27. Now the great thing about these is there's some gold gilded ones, and there's also a chance to win a 1/4 ounce of gold, which I didn't win, but 2 ounces of silver that are worth more to the collector than ounces of silver, but they're still ounces of silver. So 2 ounces of silver for $27. So I'm what? $73 in profit roughly. I could help you figure that out, Raspberry, if you're interested. And going up, that's right. And so they're a collector's piece, right? This one right here on the bay, this one right here in number 400 something series sells for $180. And then you got the girlfriend. So if you sell them as a pair, in the case, yeah, in the case, they're numbered. It was like, oh, you open it? No, dude, I had him rip it on the spot. Of course I had him open it. It's one of the things about winning something like that. You have him rip it on the spot so he can show off that he ripped it from his channel, and you got the chaser. I watched the same guy open up a baseball series one like this. This is a DC Art of Comics trading coins. He opened up a baseball one, and he opened up a 1 of 1, or a number 1 of 50, Shohei Ohtani, gold gilded one. I, you know, the reason I do that is because if he wanted to take a snap of that and show that he opened something like that on his channel and it was a big hit, that's good advertisement for him. And if I'm winning it from him, I might as well. You know, I paid $27 for this, and I could have won a gold gilded coin. That Shohei Ohtani, that one that I watched him open up. You guys want to take a guess as to how much that sells on eBay right now? You're gonna shit yourselves. Just so you know. Anybody got a guess out there? That coin that that they're selling on eBay right now. Oh yeah, way too much. 13K for a gold gilded 0.999 fine silver coin. 12K. Now, okay. That's going to go to multiple audiences though. So that can go to a silver stacker, that could go to a baseball enthusiast. And if you've got one of the both, if somebody's a baseball enthusiast and they're a stacker, that's where you get money like that. That's a lot of money for one silver coin that's gold gilded. Just so you know, a 1 of 50. Way too much money. Make a huge duck race. It depends on the rolls. Most of the time, you'll know what the rolls are. They'll either say they're penny rolls or they're nickel rolls or they're dime rolls. You'll know what they are before you do it. But most of the time, when you're buying rolls online, it is mostly pennies. And they're looking for Wheaties and things like that that are double dyed and misstamped and things like that. But you can get rolls up to 50-cent pieces. You can even get dollar rolls. But the dollar rolls that you'll find are the smaller coins if you're looking at US currency. I don't know about foreign currency, how you can buy them. But most commonly 50-cent, quarter, dimes, nickels, and pennies. Yes, the aim is to get old ones. That's what those are. Those are coin roll hunters, is what you would call it as a slang term. They just hunt through rolls of pennies and nickels and quarters and dimes looking for old ones. Most of the time, when you're looking through quarters or dimes, you're looking for pre 64, which is all silver. When you're looking through nickels and pennies, yeah, but you never do know what you find. That's the benefit to doing it. You've seen a few girls with beards? That's crazy. Yes. See, that's the great thing about coin roll hunting is you're hunting, and so when you find that gem in the wild, it's pretty cool. That's what B Waller does. Raspberry. B Waller does coin roll hunting. He goes through pennies and nickels and all kinds of stuff. Because if I'm not mistaken, he has a friend who has a vending machine business, and he buys the loose coins from him. And yes, Raspberry most definitely does not have a beard. Yeah, see, you can find gold coins, but most of the time when you find a gold coin in a roll, just to be clear, it's normally a gold plated coin that you would find. Now, you can find gold in a roll. Don't get me wrong. You could get a roll on eBay, but I don't buy any coins off of eBay, Raspberry. Raspberry, if you want, but you could, yes. Avocado Raspberry lives in the UK. She can't get our coins at the bank like that. Great Britain. Sorry, I say UK all the time. Oh, you didn't know? That's what I thought. Yeah, she's from across the pond. But Raspberry, if you want some rolls, I'll send you rolls. Because I'm going to have a big package coming to you this next month, anyways. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. I found on Wednesday, I'm stopping by and picking up a whole bunch of yarn for you. Raspberry makes on a loom, she makes little caps for newborns at the hospitals. Oh, that's cool. Buffaloes are always cool to find in the wild. B. Waller actually sent me a whole roll of buffalo nickels once. I think I still have a few of them left, but not much. Yeah, I have seen that, but most of the coin roll hunters that I find and I watch don't. I know that when Waller finds something, it's true. And he's probably one of the only coin roll hunters I watch. Yes. And I don't know what you call the small bundles over there. Okay. But I'm going to have about 45 of them for you. Yeah. I was trying to send you some pictures of that website I was on, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that you know are cleaning out closets and all that stuff sitting in there because grandma stopped knitting whatever she was knitting or crocheting whatever she was crocheting or whatnot. So I'll have a whole bunch of that stuff for you. That's fine. But no, you said so. Raspberry actually. So you guys, Raspberry and I pretty much talk every day, either on Discord or through Discord on the phone. And she was mentioning today that she was out of wool, but they call things different over there, right? And I said, wool or yarn? Like wool in the raw or yarn? And so she sent me a picture of what it was, and she was looking for yarn. But they make wool yarn, right? So she was saying that the stuff that they've been giving her has been scratchy. So I'm gonna get some super soft stuff that I'm gonna send over to her. Yeah, Invisible Ranch or Invisible River Ranch, you normally do have a moon and a star after your name. I don't know why my channel is doing this tag thing the way it is, but I don't know how to change it either. Well, I can't afford cashmere yarn, but I did find some stuff that I'm going to surprise you with because there was a whole bunch of alpaca ones that they're talking about, wool and alpaca, and they're super soft as well. So I got some of those in the mix for you too. I know that's the reason why I actually specifically looked for it. So I got you. Yay, I'm a llama again. I love that movie. That is like got to be one of my most favorite cartoon movies of all times, you guys. Well, see, that's the whole thing too. Is that's cool that they donated to you and it doesn't cost you anything, but if it's too scratchy, it's too scratchy. I get it. Especially because you're putting it on newborns. I've had 3 of them. I understand 100%. Kronk, yeah. Yeah, I don't really like wool very much either because it becomes itchy on me also. But I haven't tried alpaca, and I would imagine that it's not as itchy. And because alpaca has been used for so many years, that it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to send some alpaca yarn and some other synthetics. Like they have some polyester. There's some wool. But all of it's going to be super super soft. And I was also thinking because a lot of it's multicolor, so I'm gonna have some. You can do, I don't know if you use multicolor wool over there or not, but a lot of the yarn I can get you is either solid or multicolored, so you're gonna get a mix of everything. Wool undies, that would be hot, like literally hot, not like hot as in ooh that's hot, but hot as in ooh sweaty, cannot do it. Mountain lions would eat the alpaca there, yeah. See, I know that a mountain lion and a cougar are the same thing. They call them cougars around here. Where are you at, Invisible? Black bears in particular. Southeast Arizona. I'd imagine that you probably got a great deal of coyotes you deal with also. Yes, it's the same over here. That's a universal word. Yeah, I would assume the meaning cougar over there. If a woman is being called a cougar, then it means the same thing over here. Jaguars, ocelots. Almost like you're a zookeeper. I'm sure you've got some exotics at your house. You just hide. Nice. Don't climb anything though. Cougars around there just buy you drinks. That's my favorite kind of cougar. Ones that just buy you drinks. That's funny. Was a big fat coyote. I'll be right back, you guys. I already ate some water. Throat's getting dry. You guys, 2 nights ago when I was out with Baron at his gold claim, I was carrying a couple of buckets up from the river and I slipped on some rocks and I fell face first in the river on some rocks, but that didn't hurt. What hurt was my right calf or my right thigh hit one of the rocks and I've got a softball sized bruise on my right leg and it hurts to move. In Oregon, we had a big barn owl. Getting old. Yeah, I'm getting old, man. And I'm really not even that old, but I slipped and fell face first, man. And I'll tell you, you just don't heal the same. I missed you being cheeky. She'd have to be a pretty good old cougar, a pretty old cougar for me. Hey, calm down now there, Raspberry. In Oregon, I grew up in the spotted owl crisis, if you guys know what I'm talking about. The spotted owl is now an endangered species because of the Oregon loggers. I know you do. So yeah, I actually have found gold out at the Gold Baron. Now this isn't the gold I found. This is gold that the Gold Baron gave me when I showed up. He gave me a gram of gold. He's like, I don't know what you're gonna do with it. I'm like, are you kidding? It's gonna stay in the vial. It's not going anywhere. This is my first time meeting the Gold Baron, and this is my momentum from you, dude. This isn't going anywhere. It's going in the deep stack. He's like, you could add it and just like give it to people and pay dirts and stuff. I'm like, why would I do that? No way, buddy. But actually, I have gold in my snuffer bottle that I found out at his claim in this sweet little honey hole that I found. And he said that I found gold in every pan, by the way, which is unheard of when you're out there. I know. Now I didn't have anything of that kind of value to give him, and I don't think he gave me that because it was that much in value. But I did give him my 1985 silver prospector round that I've been carrying in my pocket for over 2 years. So I pulled him out and I'm like, which one do you want? And he goes, well, there's no question there. I'm going to take the prospector because, and I'm like, because you're a prospector. And he goes, well, yeah, no, it's perfect. But yeah, that was super cool that I had something to give him at the time. In Oregon, when you look up, you see bats flying over the top of you, fruit bats all over the place. And actually, fruit bats don't eat just fruit. You would you could actually catch them sometimes on like the back hindquarters of our horses. Ironically enough. Yeah, I live in Washington, and we had a bald eagle that lived over by the lake that we lived on. I bought my ex-wife a Chihuahua, and I told her that she had to watch the dog every time she brought it out. And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Because there's a eagle that lives on the lake with a 7-foot wingspan, and you don't want your dog to be food." Take this, move this over just a little bit. I think, yeah, I can do that. Check this out. There should be. Boom, baby. Oh, I mean, they're hunters, right? I mean, that's how they get their food. So it's amazing how fast they do swoop and grab stuff. You know, they grab fish out of the water. You know, what's amazing is on an eagle how big their talons are. and their claws. So how big their whole talon grasp is amazing. Yes, eagles are a lot bigger than people think they are. Yeah, it's gonna have to stay that way, huh? I'll keep it that way. Oh, for sure. And just, I mean, the talons alone, like for most animals, the animal's dead by the time they get it back to the nest. It's already dead and bled out because the talons do most of the damage as it is when they first grasp and then as they're carrying them. Yeah, eagles are amazing. But any flying creature is amazing, honestly, because aerodynamically some birds aren't meant to fly, but they still pull it off. The cool thing about ravens is a lot of people mistake the raven and the crow, and ravens are actually really, really smart and way smarter than people think they are. I used to hunt quails all the time with my BB gun in the blackberry patch out back. But yeah, used to hunt quail a lot. I've seen a magpie, but I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen a picture of one. Yeah, I would just, yeah, the quails that are brought back, I would just grab the BB gun and go out back and kill some quail. But my dad was very firm on if you killed it, you had to eat it, right? So um, you find out that quail, most of the meat is all in the breast. The rest of everything else, so you got to work really hard to get. I don't think so. I'm not sure though, to be honest with you. I've always liked the hobby of birding, but I've never gotten into it. I've always liked it, always thought it was interesting, but never actually did it. But there are a lot of birds around here. Like a special time of year for the magpie there, Raspberry? If you see a magpie on its own, you have to salute to it. Nice. That's a tradition where you're at? The cameras are pretty amazing these days, the things you can do with them. Well, that's good. It's good to stick with those. Okay. That's all right, Jeffrey. Welcome back. That's funny. Well, yeah. I mean, you are an original person, but I don't want to steal your thunder. Nice. You posted that video? I turned my alerts off, so I didn't see that you posted it, but I will definitely watch it. You had a cat beat your numbers, beat your video. Cat had a video beat my numbers fast. Yeah, I'm trying to find my AI niche. Awesome. Yeah, I had one that I posted yesterday hit like 200 views in the first 10 minutes and then it just stopped. I'll wait for YouTube to figure out what kind of genre it's in and then they'll start posting it again. I've never had something hit that much. My biggest viewed video was a short about the NHRA drag racing and it was for 2,700 views. Is it Beer 30 War? You cracker, brother. You enjoy. Yeah, you had a gal on your card. She had 100,000 views. That's cool. It can happen. I've heard that, but I could show some leg in one of my videos and it's not going to sell. So it depends on the type of sex. Yeah, well, you never do know. That is true. The cat walking the cat in reverse was a 10-second video, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, for sure. They do. They definitely do. Animals are the way to people's hearts. Babies too. Yeah. But that's why YouTube is so great because you can post a video about just about anything and you'll find somebody that's interested in it. Yeah, today I was missing my dad, so I made a video about getting to know your parents and asking them, you know, just getting to know them better, asking them what they wanted to do, what they didn't do, and you know what Chris laughs on how anybody watches you knit hats because it's interesting to some people. You can't make a baby, you make twins. Twins run your family invisible. So I was feeling nostalgic. Was thinking about my dad earlier, so I made a short talking about getting to know your parents because my mom died a few years ago. My dad died a couple years ago. Just didn't get a chance to. It's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Life is life. But there's just things that like things I wanted to get to know about my dad probably more than I actually did. I mean, my dad was a great man. Don't get me wrong. But hear some of the crazy stories of when he was younger and things like that. Some of the crazy things he did. Never got a chance to leave one at the hospital. We only need one. My dad was my best friend. You know, um, I lost my mom a few years ago. Probably closer to shit. I'd say almost 12, maybe even longer. She died of a drug overdose. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Raspberry. Death. My mom was diagnosed with lupus, which is a pretty harsh disease back before it was really even common. And she was told she had 6 months to live. I was 12. She lived until I was like 31, 32, something like that. Somewhere in there. World does get smaller as we get older. But they couldn't find her DNR. Your granddad was like my dad, and he's been gone for 10 years. I'm sorry to hear that. And they couldn't find her DNR, and so she, as far as she was concerned, she was living on free time, and so she just did whatever she wanted. Didn't matter what responsibilities she had or this or that, so she just kind of did what she wanted to. DNR is a do not resuscitate. It is a yeah, it was in the 90s when my mom was diagnosed with it. It's a directive that you can leave for people for like paramedics and things like that, or for the hospital. Like if your heart stops, a DNR means that you just tell them that you don't get resuscitated. Yeah, Jeffrey, I try not to think about those things as I take my walks. I suffered from an aneurysm 9 years ago, and I'm blessed to be alive, and I'm blessed to not have any damage. So I'm just happy I'm here. Try to think about things that are a little more positive. Like I woke up, which is a great thing, and every day is a blessed day for me. Now I'm sorry to hear that, Invisible. Walks are special. Whether it's a walk or just time to reflect. I mean, but walks are good too because you get fresh air and exercise at the same time. You're still going like your golf cart, huh? That's good. That's good, Jeffrey. Smashed into a tree. I know how to weld. I know how to do a lot of stuff. I like welding. It's always nice to put something together that is broken and you put it back together. Well, shit, you guys, I'm gonna pop off. We're at about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm gonna pop off. I'll be back on later, probably around 9:30 or so. My normal time to be hopping on. But I'm gonna scoot. I'll see you guys in a while. I appreciate you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys soon. I appreciate all you guys for being here. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for chilling with me. Humble out. All right, Jeffrey. We'll see you later, bro. Later, guys.